Now, as you know, there was another shocking shark fatality, this time on the Gold Coast yesterday. A 46-year-old man surfing, attacked by a shark, brought into shore, but died. It's the first shark fatality in that area for 60 years. But shark fatalities have been on the rise around the country. Big debate about the conservation measures for sharks and also the protections, nets, drumlines and the like. Someone who's been very active on this for many, many years is surfer and author Fred Pawle. He joins us now. Fred, you're saying that we've got to expect more of this because we're allowing sharks, particularly big sharks, to breed unrestricted.
Well, that's right, mate. I mean, the size of this shark yesterday is estimated to be 3.5 metres. I mean, it's extremely uncommon to see great whites of that size come so close to shore. As you said earlier, this is a protected beach, and the Queensland Shark Management Program has been in place since 1962, and this is only the second fatality in that time at a protected beach. So surely this is a sign that the size and abundance of great white sharks and other man-eating predators, shark predators, are increasing. But all our researchers are clearly in denial about that. I mean, their silence today speaks volumes to me. I mean, you know, they're not. They never seem to acknowledge the consequences of all this research and protection. They just keep sticking their hands out for more money and trying to stick tags in these things when really we should just be keeping their numbers down when they come close to shore.
Well, as you say, Queensland has had an enviable record because at its protected beaches, and they use drum lines and nets, they've gone through that extended period without any fatalities. Now, that was controversial. The conservationists hated that. They said too many sharks were getting killed. But, of course, it protected a lot of human lives. Why is this changing now?
Well, that's a good question, mate. I mean, I think the sort of focus of environmentalism has changed a lot. I mean, you remember, 10 or 20 years ago, environmentalists used to think that, dolphins were the kind of, epitomised or symbolised the wonders of nature. Nowadays, they just embrace sharks. God knows why they think these creatures are so wonderful. They're just... they're the vermin of the ocean, if you ask me. I mean, they do have a place in the ecosystem, clearly, but to be protecting them at the expense of human lives and human limbs is just ridiculous. This is the 6th fatality in Australia this year, and there's nothing from the CSIRO or from the New South Wales Department of Primary Industries, who are the two leading organisations to try to protect these things, saying, gee, maybe we got it wrong and people are dying and we should do something about it. But
you follow this up a lot and you've written extensively about it and you've followed up with the authorities. And what staggers me is that instead of just telling you that this is the risk people have to take, we can't protect all lives in oceans, some people are going to get taken by sharks, you can't escape that fact, they actually try to argue that there's no increase in the great white shark population. Yet the great whites were protected, 30, 40 years ago, obviously with the intention of their numbers building up. They used to be hunted quite a lot by fishermen. Obviously, if you protect the species, there will be more of them. Why can't they just face that simple reality, even if they want to defend it?
Well, that's the primary stated aim of the Great White Recovery Program, which was published in 2002, following the protection in all Australian waters of great whites in 1999, and the conclusions that they were making back in '99 were seriously alarming. The researchers involved behind that were absolutely certain that the great white population was decreasing alarmingly and needed to be protected. Now, once they got what they wanted, which is protection and all these decades of career-enhancing research ever since, they've suddenly become ambiguous about what is happening with the population. And their latest estimation of the population of great whites off the east coast of Australia is somewhere between 2,900 and 12,800. And I mean, that is such a ridiculous, it's a hell of a range. And they have the audacity to call the research upon which this finding is based as cutting edge. I mean, if that's as good as they can get, they should just go back to stacking shelves at Woolies.
Thanks for talking to us, Fred, and good luck in the surf. Me, I stay in the shallows.
Thanks, mate.
Fred Pawle there. You can read him on these issues occasionally.